Okay, guys. Great. Okay, guys. Today's topic, which is to do with the postural issues. So you know what? I'm not an expert I'm not a physiotherapist. I'm not an expert in all those injury issues and all those things. Okay. So the one thing I want to say to you guys is we want to do it not as in all of us have been to a physiotherapist. All of us have had certain issues or injuries and all those things for which we have gone for these issues. And then, we say, okay, sit straight like this, sit like this, walk like this, and all those things. I don't want to get into all those things because most of you already know about it. Okay. So, don't be sitting like this, chin in, chin tucked in, stand straight. So I'm not going to get into those things. We're going to get into the ones so that we understand our body movement. Everybody doesn't move the same way. Yeah. And what I have, we have felt is the bigger problem is always the human movement. And nowadays, I'm just saying, there are really highly specialized evaluations, which is actually one of our biggest errors, and it has actually led to scientific errors. And because of it doesn't make logical and philosophical sense, because we never had these issues. Our grandparents and everybody else who earlier used to be doing many of the things physically, they never had as many issues as we do, simply because of our lifestyle and all those things. Okay. So if you see in nature, or if a child, if it is hurt, yeah, it doesn't move. If an animal is hurt, it doesn't move. Yeah. What we do is we get hurt. We say, you know what, I can push through this thing. So we push through this thing, and that hurt stays or the injury stays, and we don't recover from it properly to be able to overcome the issues. Now, main thing with the human body is what? The locomotion, how we move, and also how we manipulate our body into different ways to be able to do certain kind of movements. Now, what we're going to do is the moves. If you see a child, all of us have had kids. If you see a child, which is when it's born, it's like a blob. Can barely move. Yeah, but over a period of time, which is in 2 years' time, without any instruction, without any telling, okay, do this, do that, do this, do that, they are able to roll, sit, crawl, and eventually walk and run. Okay. And it is not like we made them do that. They do it naturally. Okay. So, and then, the issues which we have right now in terms of posture and injuries and all those things, many times you'll realize the fact that the human kinetic movement which we have, yeah, everybody has slightly different of way of movement. And when it is not corrected in the sense of, if you're a sports person or if you exercise, yeah, and certain issues are arising, okay, so that, and you know what, I say, oh, you know what, I have a knee problem, let me address that knee problem. But you do not know where is the origin of this issue. How did the knee problem come? So did it originate because you had it's not like you had an accident because of that you have or hurt in the knee, that is why you have it. It developed over a period of time. So we are not addressing the origin. So we have to address the origin of the issue before we address. Many times we just take, for example, I'm just saying, don't mind me, doctor gives an inflammatory thing, So what it is, there's no pain right now. You strengthen the knee, but the problem is what? Now that he's gone from the knee problem to a GI problem. He's got a stomach issue. So that is not that knee problems, the ortho's issue now anymore, because you have a gastro issue, stomach issue. So what we want to do today is through a few human movements, and you can do it yourself if you want to, and understand, okay, where is the problem arising. You know what, I got two models today, Aran and Kushi, yeah, who are going to demonstrate. And and you know what, they also have problems of the way they move. And we have been telling them, so because when we say it, it doesn't carry much value, right? Because we say it all the time. So you can say it yourself, and you can see it yourself, where Aryan is going to have an issue, later in life, probably, and Khushi will, okay, in some other physical issue. Because when you are young and when you are new, like a new car, these kids are like a new car, right? So not old enough. So over a period of time, if you keep on doing biomechanically the same movement wrong, then you end up having a problem over there. Now, come on, Arun. So I'm just going to share some slides with you. Okay, where is this one? Okay, this one. Arun, let's go. Okay. Okay, can you see this? This is just a person. Arun, where are you? Okay, just stay over there. Take your hands off. Okay, as you can see, this is a person. On the right hand side is a person who's trying to do the squat, and if you see those blue lines, those are the ones which have to actually travel in a straight line. Okay, as long as the stress is in a straight line, then it's okay. The other person on the left is a person who's actually coming, running and jumping. Okay, the difference is in a run and a jump, it is 4 times your body weight when you're against the gravity, I'm just saying. And when you're doing a squat, it is only 1 time your body weight. Okay, so now see the other one. Where is that one? Yeah. Okay, so this, as you can see on the right hand side, when the this person is doing the squat, yeah, the knee is dropping inside, on the inside. Okay, so what would happen eventually to that person is a knee problem. Come on, let's go, Arun. Can you take your track pants up? Okay, now I'm just going to show Arun over here.
Sunil, what are those blue lines? What
those are straight lines, because whenever you put weight on something, yeah, so it has to do the movement. Okay, it has to carry the stress moving up and down. Okay, just do it. Just do your squat, Aryan. More turned towards this side. Okay. Now I don't know if you can notice. Keep going, Aryan. Keep going. I don't know if you can notice his left foot is actually turned out more than the right foot. I mean, like, he's doing it normally, but he doesn't realize that his left foot is actually slightly turned out more than the right foot. Kushi, you do the same. Turn it that way. Go that, turn that way. Okay, go. Kushi's actually squat is better than Aryan's, but she has a slightly hyperextended back. Okay, slightly hyperextended back. Okay, okay, stop, Kushi. Okay, so whenever, for example, I'm just saying, let us just say, I say, you know what, keep your feet parallel, okay, which is like that, and start squatting. Okay, over a period of time, what will happen is when you're squatting, naturally your toes will move in a direction which you feel is comfortable for you. If I don't say, don't be strict about it, okay, so naturally it will start turning. In the case of Aryan, even if I say so, naturally the left side slowly starts turning. Even if the right is straight, the left will turn slightly. It is not like that. Even while he's jumping, the same thing happens. Even if I ask him to jump, one foot will be slightly ahead of the rest. And that is not because he's trying to, because that has become his movement pattern. Okay, so these movement patterns over a period of time. Now, if I keep on telling him to do the same thing over and over and over again without him being aware about it, eventually he will have a knee problem on the left side, higher risk of having a ACL problem later in life. Maybe probably he will have it 5 to 10 years down the line. If he's not going into a sport in which there is a lot of impact and all, then much sooner. Okay. So what we have to understand is whenever we are doing a movement, and it is he has been doing it for quite some time, so he has to unlearn. So if you also have been doing certain kind of movement, and I will show it to you, certain movements whereby you can check with yourself or with your kids, and because this recording will go out to you, so you can check the slide also, and what are those movements which you have to check on. Okay. So what normally happens is, whenever you're trying to learn the same movement again, so you have to have the cognitive sense of understanding, okay, you know what, I have to do it now like this. Yeah. Then you have to slowly, what I'm trying to say is, when we go to the gym, let's just say I send Aryan to a gym, like 5 years down the line, he's going to whichever country he's in, and he goes to the gym, and the trainer said, you know, you have to do this. These are the exercises you have to do. So, but what has actually happened is his movement over a period of time has been the same, and which is not ideal, yeah, according to the lines, okay, according to the physics. So what will happen to him is he's training himself with heavier load to do the thing not right. So he's trained himself with the heavier load. Now he's lifting 50 kilos or 60 or 100. Yeah, that is what would happen. Normally, the injuries or the things happen not because there's a flexibility issue or there's a tightness somewhere. It's usually got to do with the asymmetry and the left and right. When you have a slight asymmetry, which like, imbalance on the left and to the right, yeah, that is where the injuries will start arising. Now, 10% is usually the case, like that is okay, 10%. As soon as it goes beyond 10%, that is where the issues start arising, okay? And that is the case with, of course, Bila and Madhuri also, much more so on the shoulder side. Okay, so now we'll do a few movements and then we'll come back to this, what we were talking about, okay? Okay. Okay, just wanted to, hold on a second. I just wanted to share this with you. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. And when a baby is born, and fundamental level, like, you are just supine and rolling, slowly you come onto the tummy. And this is the progression. Now, this progression, which I'm talking about, from supine to rolling to prone to on all fours and crawling, some kids start, like, for example, Aryan went through all the phases, okay, in that particular manner, okay? Kushi barely crawled. She crawled for a very little time. From there, straight away start to kneeling and sitting and standing. Was a very fast phase for her. So now it was not, we didn't force it upon her. Nothing happened. It happened naturally. Okay, everything happens naturally with the kids. Whereas we as humans try to force things about, no, you know what, you should be able to do this and much faster and all those things. Now, we are going to do these movements like which you are seeing right now, which I'm going to check on them so that you understand how to do this thing, okay? Okay, hold on a sec. Okay, Arif, Kushi, come on, let's go. On the floor, go around down. Show this camera, turn the camera. Okay, line back, Kushi. So normally we need a stick. Chico, get out of the way. Aryan, take him out. So normally we need a stick, but we don't have a stick. We have a danda at home. Yeah, right now. So Kushi, get your right leg up straight. Now keep the. So now if you Aryan, come on the side. Hold on a sec, guys. I'll just take this off and switch the camera so that Aryan is more aware. Can I switch and just direct it in the right way? Okay, come on the side, Aryan. Come on that side. Okay, leave. So now, when I'm asking her to, from here, you can clearly check the flexibility that she keep her leg straight from the knee. Yeah. So if you see over here, I keep the, you do your own thing, Kushi, relax. So as you can see, it is not, it's just off. And at the same time, her knee is lifting. Okay. So that is not ideal. So you can make out clearly that there's a hamstring issue over here. Okay. Okay. Come on. Relax, Kushi. Come on. Turn around. Okay. No, I'm come on. No. Come on up. Do the plank movement. Yes. So just stay there. So no, I'm not telling you for, like, we already discussed this in the earlier meeting. Stay straight, Kushi. Just stay strong. Okay. In the earlier meeting, that minimum is about 45 seconds to hopefully 2 minutes. And if this starts dropping, yeah, and if it is too much, then we have to stop that over there. Kushi, stop. Okay. Now the next one is mainly to do with the balance. The Superman one. Go on your knees in the palm. Stay. Get your knees in more. Okay. One leg up, one leg, and other hand up. So in this one, all that we try to notice is the balance. If the person is moving a lot, then the person has a slight balance issue. Other side, push it. So we would, what I would normally check is for about 30 seconds of stability. Stop, Kushi. Stop. Okay, stand up. Okay. Now, whenever we are doing movement, okay, the maximum amount of injuries which happen in a sporting environment is usually to do with the ankle, the knee, or around the thigh area, the maximum. Yeah, most of the injuries happen over there. So one movement which can check all those three things is the inline lunge. Inline lunge is like a straight line on the floor. Can you see the floor? Okay, that's it. Now, the back knee has to be, yes, that's it, that's it. So Kushi, can you hold this? One hand in, one hand in. Yes, yes, stay over there. Okay, go up and down. Okay, so Aaron, come from the side. From the side, from the side. Keep going. So that all that you need to notice is when she's doing this thing, all those three joints are involved, and at the same time, the most important thing for me is to check is the fact that this line is not straight. Yes, now that I've told her, she's trying to, but even then, it is not in a vertical line. So now that shows the three joints over there. Other side also, could you do the same? Other leg forward. Yeah. This one. This is slightly better. Yeah. And stop. Okay. So this is another one. Kushi, one more. Keep both the hands up. Take it, hand up and overhead squat. Take it from the side, Aaron. Now, do it slowly. Do it slowly. Good. So this one, with this one, we can also check the shoulder mobility, how flexible the shoulder is, and the fact that she's able to maintain that straight line. Yeah, this is good. Leave. And the other one to check the balance is, Kushi, you're going to keep your hand over here. Yeah, from here, you're just going to step forward over the pillows. Chica, stop it. I'm putting pillows, but normally we would be putting a step or a, yeah, yes, you got just have to step over. Yeah, turn around. Slow. So with the same leg all the time, Kushi. Okay. Same leg. Same leg. So we have to do it 10 times just to check about the stability, because this is more to do with the jumping movement, because she has to lift it on one leg to be able to see if in a sport environment. Okay, both sides. Now stop. Aaron, can you give it to me? Switch the screen. Switch the screen. Yeah. Okay, I'll go back to the same. Where is it gone? Kushi, you're okay. So we did most of them except the triceps one. Can you make out that we did all of them except the second one, which is the triceps one? The triceps one, which is we have to check the gap. The gap. If it is okay, if there is a too much of a gap from on one side to the other side, then we can make out that we have a shoulder girdle issue also over there. Okay, so these ones check our movement patterns. So when we check our movement patterns, so most of the joints are covered from the shoulder, the elbow, the pelvis, the knee, and the ankle. Okay, so what happens is usually you'll get an injury again. I'm talking about you'll have an injury again if you've had a pre-existing injury which has actually left you weaker over a period of time because of whatever the reason. Okay, or if you had the same injury over and over again, what happens is you get weaker in that area over a period of time. Okay, and at the same time, the other thing which can also happen is if you had an injury prior and you didn't do the rehab totally, so that okay, you felt okay, you know what, this is okay, I've done my 10 sessions and I feel better. you're not 100% there, or maybe the issue which was addressed was that only that joint, whereas the origin and the strengthening of the movements were not done. Eventually it comes down to the basic human movements. If you're just doing isolatory work and not addressing the main problem of how the biomechanically you move, yeah, then it's never going to go away. It's going to come back again, because for that period of time you'll be okay, and then because the biomechanically you are always moving in a particular way, then of course it is going to come back. The knee problem or any other problem which you may have. Females many a time have a shoulder problem simply because the shoulder girdle is more flexible for women compared to men. Come here, Aaron, Krishi, I'll just show you anyway, okay? So you understand this also. And even if you try to do it with your kids, or like Bela has this thing, I know for sure. And many of the girls have, most of the women, the girls end up having this thing. Come on, Krishi, no, you come on here. So for example, I'm just showing you, okay? It is not the case with everybody, but most of the girls will have this thing. Can you see this? There is no, I'm not using any, so it is crossing also. I'm not doing anything, my 2 fingers. There are 2 fingers and it crosses, okay? Now the thing is, so it shows that there's a lot of laxity and flexibility. And for most girls or women, it stays throughout life. Aaron, can you do the same for me? So Aaron is doing the same for me. So now the thing is, keep going, Aaron, it's okay. Keep going. So the thing, keep going. Pull it across. No. You can't do it with one hand. You keep going. So the thing is, I keep going, Aryan. It's okay. So it's the same flexibility, but he needs a lot of strength. So he's trying to push it over there. Now the difference is what? That the fact that I too have the same flexibility, similar. Don't fool around. Okay. I too have the same flexibility, but the strength in the shoulder is there to hold the joint in place. Yeah, to hold the joint in place, to keep it over there is still there. The strength and the flexibility is there. Whereas most women have flexibility which is not equally matching with the strength. Okay, so that is why they end up having more of the shoulder issues. Yeah, the most beautiful joint is actually the shoulder joint, because you can do all different, it can move in all different ways. Okay, adduction, abduction, flexion, everything it can do. Yeah, and of course the hip joint, but not as much, but mainly the shoulder. Yeah, so that is why it requires the maximum amount of care by actually working on the strength also. Yeah, guys, if
so
you have
Sunil,
any question.
You're saying stability comes with strength only in the joint, because
Yes,
that's what's lacking, right? The stability is not there, whereas you have the flexibility and stability.
You have the flexibility of the the range of movement and all, but the stability to hold the joint in place, yeah, which may have been the case because because the lack of the movement patterns, the way you have been moving or exercising in the same way over a period of time, all the time, yeah, has led to that issue, and it will not go away. So the more often you keep on having the same issue, let's just say you have the same shoulder problem, you recover from it right now, but 6 months later you have it again and again and again. So what is going to happen is actually you're getting weaker at every instance, because you're not recovered from it, and at the same time you're not looking into your movement pattern, the way you're supposed to move. So you have to actually relearn the movement, then becomes easier. Mira, you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question. So I have, funnily enough, it's all my injuries are on my right side, starting with my shoulder, and that's my dominant side. That's my dominant side. So what I wanted, of course, what you said, that kinetic chain thing, it's probably something to do with that. But funnily enough, when I look at myself in the mirror, my right side, is bigger and stronger than my left side, although it's the injured side. All my injuries, and I have a lot of injuries, they're all on my right side. So
same is the case with Madhuri. The same is the case with Madhuri also. So you know what? Whenever you start exercising or you play, let's just say, for example, I'm just saying tennis. Yeah, tennis. Simply because I'm saying tennis because it is mainly with one hand, right? Usually, usually with one hand. So in racket sport that's the slightly heavier compared to badminton and all. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, whenever you're exercising, so what is happening? Exercising or moving or since childhood, you're trying to do something. Yeah. So when you exercise, the nutrient deposits over there, I'm talking about the skeletal mass also improves, the bone mass also improves. Everything improves. Yeah. But if you're not looked at the movement in the sense of how you're supposed to move, how that place is those joint is supposed to work and move and strengthen the joint in that particular manner. Yeah. With Bela or with Madhuri, it can be because of overuse in the sense of trying to prioritize this one more, which is right. So whenever you're doing, let's just say, for example, you are doing a lot of bar work. Bar means a barbell, okay? Barbell work. And you're always, this right side, like you said, is much stronger, much more muscular. And of course, it ends up lifting more load automatically, right? So over a period of time, you have, let's just say it is only 10% to begin with, okay? But 10% multiplied by number of sets and reps and the number of months and years you guys have been training. Yeah. So now let us just multiply that over a period of time. It has been overused, overdone everything. Okay. I'm not saying that is the only answer, but that seems to be a more likely answer. If let's just say you stop this barbell totally, just for you guys. I'm not saying it is wrong. It is maybe for others, it will be okay. Just for you guys, and stick to unilateral movement only, which is just the dumbbell, singular, not together at the same time, singular one. Yeah. And always going for 20 to 30% more on the weaker side. Yeah. Ideally, I'm just saying over a period of time, it will be easier. But again, telling you with Bela and Madhuri, because you've been having the same issue over and over again, it has also led to weaknesses, which I'll just show you. Okay, I just want to I wanted to share this also with you. Okay. Okay. So this is the slide for the injury risk and prevention. You know. So how do we look into it? So usually it's got to do with the previous injury which you already have. So just what I'm saying is, let's just say you don't have any injury right now. You got, both of you and all of you guys have no issues right now, and you start training, you start doing whatever you're doing. Where can I think that what will come next? Where will the injury come next? So I can predict saying that, you know what is going to happen in the shoulder for Bela and for Madhuri. The first, the highest percentages, it will come back in the shoulder anyway, which they have been addressing all the time anyway. Okay. So, and it also depends on how severe the previous injury was. Okay. So these two things are the ones. The next one, where is it gone? I can't show the other one. Hold on a sec. I want to show you the other one also. Mohan is probably thinking, you know, this guy is not good at. Okay. Okay. So now the thing to understand, guys, is like whenever you're doing something, okay, are you like is it painful? You're able to do it, like you're able to do it, but is it painful for you? Okay. So when it is painful, by, you know, we've been in the last 30 years, always been told no pain, no gain. And, you know, whenever there's pain, you have to push through the pain barrier, you have to push through everything else. Yeah. I'm not saying no to that, or that is right or wrong. All that I'm saying is you have to understand pain when you're trying to do take wise. Pain is usually like getting a tooth extracted or giving birth or having a fracture. So that is painful. And if the pain is in the joint region, then you have a problem there. If it is in a muscular, so if you say, oh, you know what, my shoulder is hurting over here, then there is an issue over there. That is not good. Pain in the joint region. But in the muscular region, whereby you're saying you're touching your thighs, yeah, all those things, that is much easier to handle. Yeah. So that those muscular ones, and same way when you are exercising, if the ache comes in the muscular one, it is okay, but not in the joint areas. So I already told you about the pain with any movement. Symmetry we spoke about, whenever the right and the left. Yeah. And whenever you're performing those movements, like the way we were checking, there's just the inline lunge. Yeah. Is there any imbalance over here? Is the line looking straight? If the line is looking straight, yeah, then it is okay. So straight lines, which means from the ankle to the knee. And also, Kushi, come over here, please. And also do the same thing with the pole again, in line. Do it. Yes. So what we also notice in line, keep it in line. Okay, yeah, let's do it. So what we also notice is whenever, see, for example, I'm just showing you, okay? She's trying to keep both the feet in line, but automatically when she started, keep doing. Yeah, the back foot has already moved 3 to 4 centimeters on the outside. She's already compromising by herself, okay, in trying to do the movement over there. So the stability in this region, keep going. Yeah, keep going, straight line.
Put the camera lower, Sunil.
Sorry, lower. Yeah, other side. Could you do the other side, please? So while doing the same thing, when she starts with the similar movement, but if one foot moves outside more compared to when this side, she's better at it because the back foot is not moving outside as much. Okay, stop. It's okay. So that is where you find the asymmetry. Okay, so that it's already showing that the right side is better. Her right side is better than the left side in terms of balance and all. So if we keep on continuing like this, and if I put more and more load, if I put more load on her in terms of, like, not right now, but I'm just saying if she was an adult and she was lifting heavier and heavier weights, because that's what the trainer wants. That's what she also wants, or he also wants, to lift heavier weights to be stronger and all those things. But that strength and everything else will keep on, the disparity will keep on going higher and higher. When you're lifting, when your strength is only lifting only 10 kilos, and disparities of approximately 1 kilo, right? 10 kilos on the right, 9 kilos on the left, in terms of, I'm talking about the strength aspect. But when it is going heavier and heavier, it becomes larger. And that is where then the injuries happen. Now, when you're doing a squat, I'm showing myself right now because I have ankle mobility issue, which I did not address more than 30 years ago. Okay. So, hey, Kushi, come. Sure. I'm just showing you, I cannot squat properly. I cannot do squats properly at all, most of the time. Just show. No, I'm doing, darling. You hold. Okay, Scott, okay. From the side, it's okay. You just come over here. First from the front, then from the side. Okay, just watch me. Okay, I'm squatting right now. I'm supposed to keep. Chico, move. I'm supposed to when I'm squatting down, watch my foot. Watch my ankle. Okay. Just watch the ankle, left and right. So I'm supposed to squat down. Now from here. Watch the, so because of the fractures in my left side, the ankle lifts up. So already I'm, could she go from the front now? So even if I keep both the feet up, this is how I normally squat, so that I can squat down. What happens is I tend to move to one side, towards my right. So turn it around. So because the ankle issue was not addressed about 30 years ago, yeah, because of that, I have a problem in my pelvis. The ankle problem has led to the pelvic problem over a period of time, because I was always squatting anyway in the last 30 years without addressing the ankle issue. Now it has become solidified. Madhuri keeps trying to push it so that I can try to get better in the ankle mobility. Yeah, but it's still not happening. Okay.
He's a terrible student.
Sorry, what did you say, Madhuri?
I said he's a terrible client, student, whatever. Pain, real pain.
CK, I had a question. You said earlier that, your weaker side, you put 20 to 30% more, right? So would you put it in terms of reps, or would you put it in terms of weight?
No, never weight. Because never heavier weight. That is not what I'm saying.
There's an imbalance. I mean, there's an imbalance in my deltoids. My left is much smaller.
So that's what I'm saying.
So I wouldn't do 3
so you have to do
reps with a heavier weight.
No, normally I would say when you start off with, then it is usually to do with 1 extra set. Okay. So you are doing, so let's just say two sets on one side, 3 on the other side. Okay. So you are addressing it by nearly 20 to 30%. Okay. But eventually, whenever it is, it will never be equal, right? So you have to always keep it at 1 or 2 more reps wise. So initially you start with the sets. So you will catch up slowly. And then we will do 2 extra reps over a period of time for a very, very long time. For you, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. If whenever we are doing unilateral. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Mickey,
Sunil,
yes.
So I have one question.
Okay.
So on my left side, I've had several injuries. So,
yes.
But the one I'm referring to is like 20 years ago, dislocated shoulder. I'm not referring to last year's fracture of the.
No, you're okay. You're not. Yeah.
Your
fracture is not.
I'm not referring to the fracture. I'm referring to the dislocated shoulder.
Yeah.
So I know that when I do flies, I can't do it at a full angle. I mean, so this arm will go completely, but this one I start getting pain. So I always adjust the angle, or
Yeah.
But
I
it's
understand.
never equal. It's never equal.
Yes, but Mickey, the first and foremost, which I said earlier also, flexibility, gives you the movement pattern. So if you are doing the flexibility of the side, that is first. Weight is secondary. Okay, do you understand? You have to get the flexibility of the movement first before you start talking about the weight. Weight, as soon as you put, the body will start compromising and moving you in a certain position for you to be able to do the movement. So that is one thing. The other thing is, whenever you're doing, again, like, when you're saying I have this, flies is the fly. I mean, if you're saying if you're going to do it with the resistance tube and all those things, that is okay. But with the dumbbell, it puts more stress, and you will compromise automatically. Your body, you'll start moving in a certain way so that you can do the movement, and that is not ideal. So that is your trainer. Your trainer will never be able to address it unless and until you keep saying that, what, I do not need to do this, or like Vela says, this is painful and I don't want to do it anymore.
Okay, I'll just leave it with one comment. Let's not get into this discussion, but I know that on this side you said the first is the mobility, the movement.
No, flexibility.
Flexibility, okay. But beyond a certain point, I just cannot move this. I can't. Yeah. So now that leads to my next question. Yeah. Does that mean it's chronic now? That's
any pain which lasts more than 6 months is chronic. If a pain is lasting you more than 6 months, it has reached the chronic state anyway. Okay. 3 to 6 months normally. But Mickey, coming back to you, you know, this this will lead to more imbalance only for you. With that, if you're doing those same movements, so you have to do unilateral movement. Unilateral means only the single one, yeah, a little bit more on that side to eventually slightly catch up, at least, if not more. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we? Yeah. Okay. So the other thing I want to talk to you about was apart from this, you know, the shoulder, which you guys have. Well, the most common one is usually the back. The knee is mainly got to do with if you are getting it. If it is not an impact one, you know, I showed you the squatting movement whereby the knee was dropping inside, and in the case of Aryan also, he will have has a higher risk of having those issues later in life. But if it is not an impact sport, I'm talking about football and all those things. If it's not an impact sport, then usually over a period of time it happens because of weight. Means you putting on weight and not strengthening the joint. Okay, the knee problem, or overuse also, like in aerobics and all those things where you're doing too much of something, you know, jumping around. Yeah, so it can happen because of that. The knee issue I'm talking about. Most common apart from that is the back problem. Now I want to show you a slide for the back problem as to why is that the kids can jump around everywhere and have no issues with their back. Yeah, and we do a little bit of the jumps and we are struggling to overcome this issue. Okay, the back problem, I mean. You see, all of us know that, you know, in the back we have this in between, yeah, which is a hydrostatic one, which means like more fluid, water kind of one. Okay, so and it is in kids, the fluid, it is more watery compared to us grown-ups. Okay, beyond 35, it is more solidified. Now the thing is, whenever you're doing any movement, in the back, usually the problem arises in what? When it is a load-bearing, when you're bending forward, not as if in load-bearing. If it's vertical, because of the way the spine is, we do not have as much of a stress compared to when we are bending forward or twisting. If the spine is twisting or bending forward, okay, that is the time the highest one. I just want to share one slide with you over here. Okay. Now, if you see over here, the 7.1, that is the in between the disc, the amount of compressive stress that is there. Okay, that is what it's showing, vertical and going in both directions. Now, if you see over here, down over here on the left-hand side, it says P, which is the pressure. Yeah, between two discs, it is going in all directions, which means it's spreading in all directions. And that is what is the case with the kids. So you may put, I will come back over here. So you may put a stress that the kid is jumping on one foot, but landing in a different way. In any which way, the stress will go in all directions. In the spine, I'm just saying, in the disc, it will go in all directions to handle that stress for the kids. Okay, but for us, it doesn't happen like that. Coming back to the same slide again. Okay, now if you see on the right, yeah, that is for the older person. Now, not only it is lesser, yeah, and it is not as hydrostatic, which means like it is not as much watery. Yeah, it is only in one direction. Now, if I'm putting stress in a different direction, which is like in an angular one, it will not be able to handle it. Whereas the kids, even if it's coming in whichever angle it comes in, it will be able to handle it as a younger child. That is why kids can jump around in the park and do all those things, fall whichever way, and not much happens to their lower back or the spine area. If anything we do wrong, we will get it because we are not able to handle that stress in that particular manner. Okay, so that is why we have a slightly higher risk. Anyone beyond 35, that was the disc. So the right hand side, that was anyone beyond 35. Okay. Okay, guys. Do you have any questions regarding this? What the disc now? Everybody's fine with the back. Okay. One last one, guys. Okay. So, so this is what I wanted to say about, if you have a function, so we can, if all your functions are proper, then we can develop those things. If you have a dysfunction, which means the movement is not proper, then if the movement is not proper, then we have to correct it. And those tests which we were talking about, those were the ones with the movement screening. Okay. And if you have pain, normally pain means pain, yeah, a lot of pain, then you have to rest and protect it before and do the proper rehab and go back to the movement screening as to how you can handle it and then come back into it. Okay. Instead of just neglecting the pain and trying to persist through things so that that movement pattern remains the same and we have never addressed that issue. Okay, now tell me, is that it? Guys, do you have anything in particular which you want to ask about in this? Because I know it was to do with postural problem. Postural problems everybody's aware of, like everybody knows, okay, I have to sit straight. If this thing, I will sit on my stability ball, so I'll work a little bit harder, and otherwise I'll stand straight, I'll try to lose weight. But as soon as the locomotion or the movement comes into play, if we have a existing ones which we are always used to moving in a certain manner, it will lead to the same problem all over again. Yeah.
So there's nothing we can change after a certain point, Sunil?
No, I didn't say that. What I said was, those 7 different things which I told you, those patterns of exercise. If you are doing them right, then you can see, like if the foot is moving, or you know what, I have a asymmetry over here. The right is stronger than the left, or the left has got more balance issues. If, like for example, I'm just saying, okay. If this is just me, okay. So if a person, if I say, okay, stand on one foot, okay, stable, yeah, I'm stable. Stand on the other foot. Now, if I'm going all over the place, yeah, even though I'm able to exercise and all that, but if I'm struggling over here, it clearly shows that my balance on my left side is an issue over here. Now, if I keep on doing my heavy squats, 100 kilo squats, deadlifts, push-up, and all those things, I keep on doing it more and more. All that I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to make the differences higher. The asymmetry will be more pronounced and higher as I go heavier and heavier. And eventually it will come to a
standstill whereby, story that if you have imbalance, then don't lift heavy weights.
You should not. What I'm saying is, first address the movement pattern. Okay, what you have the problem over there. And when you start addressing it, you will start from a ground level, like from there you have to start. If you cannot, with you guys also, if you see yourself, the hardest thing for us as grown up is that doing the groundwork. Groundwork means on the floor, rolling and tumbling and crawling. It is quite hard. And if you see a kid who's light, it's so easy for them. It's so easy to do those similar movements. And if you see, and when you watch sport, the things you admire in the sportsmen is the fact that they can do that so easily on a football field. Yeah, you don't know where the next jump is coming or where the next. He's not thinking, oh, you know what? This is going to be 4 times my body weight when I'm jumping over here. I'm just telling you this sign. But I'm suddenly sprinting and jumping, or falling. Those impacts which are coming, they are not thinking like that. And they have attuned their body to be able to do all those movements so well over a period of time. Yeah. So if we do not address this, sorry, yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is, just for example, because I know Gia over here, who's trying to play basketball. If she has an issue, if she has an imbalance issue over here, she will never be at a higher level anyway, because others also have that ability, but do not have that imbalance, right? So eventually it will start showing later, whereby your progress will stop or become stagnant. Yeah, Joe, you wanted to ask something?
No, I was saying if I have a right weak shoulder, then I have to first strengthen it till it becomes balanced to the left before I do anything else.
But you're also right-handed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it seems like the same pattern is emerging over here. You, Bela, and Madhuri, all on the right side. All of you favoring more. Actually, it is doing more. You have done more, not less. And
So,
by doing more and having that injury, has become weaker. Okay. So then again, whenever you do anything, you're actually either you're favoring by putting more stress on one side, and even if not, then you're trying to do it properly because your trainer or he says so, you have to do all of it on, and then that issue never goes away. It will never go
so,
away. Yeah.
so
So
does
yeah.
that make that the weaker side or the stronger side? Because that is what is always confusing when you have an overuse injury, because that side begins to pain more, but you also
Yeah.
know that that is your stronger side. So
Yeah.
which side should one do more strengthening on in reps? And
Initially,
yeah,
in repetitions or the movement one, the best way to do is initially is never to do with weight. Yeah, we're not talking about weight. You can have an ice, which means like you can have an imaginary one also, right?
yeah.
I'm imagining, okay, yeah, a little bit of that tension, and over a period of time, develop that side more, which is the right side for all of you guys, yeah, and be more aware of it, and avoid things if like the first sign that if you're doing something, yeah, and you are able to do it, you have the function, which means like, okay, I say push up, functionally you are able to do it, but as soon as you feel that pain, that means there's a health issue, or there's an issue over here, okay, which you are not addressing only. You are able to do it, yeah, so functionally you are okay, but it is painful, then there is an issue over there. So, and it will eventually lead to problems, efficiency problems, the right and left issue, asymmetry. Yes, and Joe, for you also, again, the unilateral movements are
Okay.
better. Yeah. That's, guys, anything else? Apart from the shoulder, we were just talking about the shoulder all the time.
How about the elbow?
Elbow, see, this, I'll address it again. Okay, hold on a second.
Because it seems
Push
that
it,
the elbow.
yeah. I'm just showing you, okay? So I don't know. We showed no. Let it be, push it. Okay, just showing you all the joints. Okay, see this wrist joint, lot of mobility, Elbow, only one. Shoulder, lot of mobility. So what I'm showing you is one after the other. Okay, lot of mobility. Shoulder. This is also a joint. Okay, the bones are joining together. There is nothing over here. No, not much. Thoracic one, hardly any mobility. Here. Okay, lot of mobility over here. Lot of mobility. No, barely any. Only one direction. Ankle, lot of mobility. So what I'm saying is mobility, stability, mobility, stability. So the body is constructed in such a beautiful way that one joint mobile, the next one for stability. So this, if this one is for mobility, so no, and this one should be more for stability, yeah. And similar is the case with hip, which is supposed to be mobile, and the knee is supposed to be more stable, yeah. If I have an ankle problem, which is supposed to be mobile, I'm talking about myself, okay. So ankle problem, which is supposed to be more mobile, and I'm not addressing it, yeah, I will eventually start having, I have a knee problem. So I will start, the knee will start, has to be more mobile because ankle is not mobile. So I will start pushing my knee in certain directions to make it more mobile. So because body wants to move, okay? So a knee is not meant for more mobility, yeah? So I will have a problem, okay? So same thing. So I can say, oh, I have a knee problem, but the knee is not the problem. The origin is something else. Similarly, if you have a tennis elbow, usually it takes about 3 to 6 months. You do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay. You can do whatever you want. It takes a lot of time for the pain to go away. Okay. And, but I was just trying to make you understand the way the human body is made for locomotion, mobility, stability, like that. And ideally, you need to have a full range of movement, not extra range of movement, but at least full range of movement of the shoulder and all the areas, so that we do not have issues. If the ankle is not touching the butt, ankle is not touching the butt, so which means the hip flexors are very, very tight. Now, if, for example, if the hip flexors are tight, if the hip flexors are tight over here, for example, I'm just saying, so this one is tight. What will happen is back is leaning forward slightly. So the back has to work extra hard now. The back will also become tight. Okay. So now the back and the hip flexor become tighter. Yeah. By doing this, and I'm supposed to stand straight with my bum squeeze, the bum gets weaker and the abs get weaker. So it goes in cross. So this and this tight, this and this weak. Yeah. So opposition. So anyone having I have a pain in my bum is also because the hip flexors are tight and the back is tight and the abs are weak. So we have to strengthen these two, which is bum and the abs, to get it in alignment.
Sunil, one last question is the role of physiotherapy. I wanted to ask you that when somebody has pain because of muscular imbalance, or what is your recommendation as to when should one reach out for physiotherapy, as opposed to understanding that maybe doing those screens.
Those are screening for yourself. You can screen yourself also, right? It's quite easy to check. But physiotherapy has its own place, because they will be able to address better than me in terms of what is the issue over here. So where is that origin? I'm not talking about all physiotherapists, but most physiotherapists will be able to say, you know what, this is the problem over here. The problem actually lies over there, and you have to address it accordingly. Do not think of it as a back problem. It is this problem, the mobility over there is compromised. Because of that, you are having an issue. And all of us, considering our age, all of us have more mobility problems. I'm telling you again, mobility, which means the full range of movement around the joint problem, rather than anything else. Highest. So in terms of priority, which I was telling Sunu also, mobility has to be addressed first, flexibility second, then strength. And if your mobility and flexibility is in that range, which is good, then strength, you can devote more time to strength. Otherwise, you must address that for sure. Okay.
So
anything else?
Yeah. So this, for example, this tennis elbow, you said it will take whatever you do 6-7 months. So
no. I said usually it takes that long.
It does. Because I've got a golfer's elbow now for 8 months.
Sorry, what?
A golfer's elbow.
I didn't hear that. Yeah, golfer's elbow. Yeah. Without playing golf.
Without playing golf. So it's just not budging. It becomes a little better, and again it just
again it keeps on going.
That keeps on coming in the way of then doing
a lot of work. This is your right hand. This is your right hand.
The dominant hand.
Yeah, but also, Sunu, you're a doctor. You have long hours, according to me. That's what I think. You have long hours. And right now you are on this web chat, but before that you were on something else for 2 hours, and you're always writing. I can see you, and you are actually working a lot on it anyway. You are overusing it anyway. You are supposed to, if the muscle is not strong enough, the stress goes to the joint. If you're having a joint issue, that means your muscles have fatigued, but even then you are persisting with the movement. If you persist with the movement, even when the muscles are fatigued, yeah, then the joint will be strained. Okay, you are overusing it. The tendons are the one which is what you're talking about. Around the elbow. The tendons are the one which are exerting more stress on the joint now.
Right.
And you will have an issue. And tendons are not easy to address.
Right.
Tendons and ligaments are not easy to address when they're in an inflamed state.
Wow.
Yeah. And guys, Singapore is good. Are you out of lockdown?
2 more weeks.
2 more weeks.
2 more weeks. This sounds like Mumbai.
Yeah, June 1st.
Minimum for us.
Bela, Mohan has a company called Great Learning, which has online, mainly for adults, right?
Yes.
Online learning, online. His close friend is, I told you, right? The Coursera guy. Close friend or no friend?
Oh,
right?
okay.
Mohan?
Okay.
Classmate.
And if you check, classmate. If you check him online, photos, he looks 100 times better than what he's looking right now. 100 times. His face is all chiseled one, and suited, and he looks really nice. And I'm like, ये तो अपना मोहन नहीं लग रहा है. Then I saw the photo. ये सब कुछ photo किया है, photoshopping किया है. ऐसे ही लग रहा था.
It all started once I started working out with you.
Yeah. That is the thing, yeah.
What name does this company go by?
Sunil is asking what name does your company go by?
Great Learning.
Great Learning.
Great Learning.
Yeah.
I think they have a university in Chennai. You have something in Chennai also, no?
That's a business school. It's called Great Lakes.
Yeah. Bela, you were asking, no? Great Lakes.
Yeah. I've heard of Great Lakes.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, because we used to live in Chennai, so I don't know, somehow, there was something.
Nice.
Good, guys. Tell me.
No, when you were talking about all these joints, I kept thinking like I have some pain or the other in every joint.
That is the stress joint. Being the CEO or everything, then you have pain everywhere.
Yeah.
Because you give a lot of pain also, na? So you have to take some.
Yeah, it all balance. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That way, then I still have to take a lot more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good, guys. Thanks for being online.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sonu.
Thank you so much.
Okay, guys. Have a great weekend.
See you.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay safe. Right.
Okay, bye.
Bye. See you. Bye. Bye, Madhuri.
Bye.
Bye.